with Phillip Lindsay likely back this week. How should Pat Shurmur utilize him moving forward? 50-50 split with Gordon, change of pace back, or make him the lead back? It's an interesting frame on this because it's not what do we expect to see Phillip Lindsay this week. It is what do you want to see going forward? Mm-hmm. So that's kind of an interesting way to play because his role this week might be different than what it will be as the season wears on. Don't you agree?
Yeah, I do. And I think one more option should have been there because a 60-40 split is kind of where I would go with it. Still want to see Phil Lindsay get, a good 35-40% of the snaps. I'd like to see a rotation. I'd like to see him out in the slot a little bit, doing some jet action. You can do some fun things having them both on the field at the same time. And so I'd like to see him get 40% of the snaps. So I voted for 50-50, even though I feel like that might be a little much for Lindsay.
Okay, well, and right now that's got about 40%. Change of pace back's got about 43%. And then there are people, and somebody even commented on this poll, there's 18% right now that say make him the lead back. I don't think you're bringing him back and then immediately slotting him in as lead.
Yeah, that doesn't really make a lot of sense to me. I don't really understand why you would jump right to that. You want to see how he performs first, and Melvin Gordon's been playing fine. The average is a little skewed because they used him so much in that Jets game on first down, and they just kept snowing him under until he sprung one. But I don't know that I'd make Lindsay the feature back just coming back off a turf toe injury. That doesn't make a lot of sense to me.
No, it doesn't. And so that's, again, but the thing it says is utilize moving forward. So it's sort of a bit of projection on what we haven't seen yet. And I think that's kind of a little bit of the lesson I think we're overall getting about the offense is just things we haven't seen yet. Like whatever you think has been what the offense is and what it's going to be. I mean, you'd like to believe that they have nowhere to go but up because at this point they are kind of bottom of the barrel in so many statistical categories. You'd think that once they start getting some guys back, including their starting quarterback, one of their best weapons in Phillip Lindsay, that this offense is going to have a chance to at least improve, maybe even significantly, these numbers.
You'd hope so. I think I'm just hoping to get enough. The long-term statistics are really kind of irrelevant. I'm really hoping to just get enough production to win. However you need to do that. And if you've got a two-headed attack with Gordon and Lindsay, you figure that probably makes the Broncos a little bit more dangerous than what you'd normally think. So, I think that help. It's going to help buoy him. I think having the ability to spell Melvin Gordon will make you better in the second half. I think it'll make you a better second half team because Gordon will be fresher and able to do more things. So.
Another running back they, of course, could throw in there is LeVeon Bell.
I get to thinking about that a little bit. I did get to thinking about that a little bit. I was, what would you do with Lindsay and Freeman? You trade them to the Jets? I don't know.
I thought you'd be anti-LeVeon Bell. That's interesting. I thought you'd be like, no, don't bring him in here. There's no way.
I'm not a big fan of Lev Bell the person, but Lev Bell the talent I'm here for, and he fits what Shurmur wants to do. I mean, I do it all back with size and speed, power. Run between the tackles. I mean, he fits exactly. So a 1-2 punch with him and Melvin Gordon, something you got to at least pull out a monocle and take a look at. But
especially with him released now. I mean, there was an argument, in my opinion, before he was released of a trade potentially. But
now if he's released, depending on what his contract demands are, so he's gonna have a little bit of a market because Miami and Chicago will both be after him. But you're the Broncos. You got plenty of money. I know you're trying to save as much as you can to roll over next year and be competitive and kind of stuff the box a little bit with loading up front-end salaries, but that might be an investment worth making just to kind of see what shakes out if he wants $4 million or something like that.
Well, and that's one of the things that we were coming back to there is the whole projection of what the season is, because I think some people would look at what the Broncos have done so far on offense and they would judge them based on saying, well, I mean, this is a bottom-tier offense. They've been a bottom-tier offense, but
if you take
there are other mitigating factors. Yeah, right. And you're talking about different quarterbacks kind of running that thing, right?
If you take the Driscoll snaps out of it, their offense isn't that bad. If you take the Driscoll snaps out of it, the offensive stats look a lot better. It's just because, holding the ball so long and putting them in bad situations and all that kind of stuff, it really really tanked the offense. But then you come out and you look at what Brett Rippon was able to do, getting the ball out quick, not put him in negative situations. So, if I'm Lev Bell, I might consider it. It'd be a tough sell. It's going to be a tough sell to Le'Veon Bell to say, hey, come out here and split carries with Melvin Gordon and Phil Lindsay. To me, that's the tough sell. So I don't know how you work that. I don't know if you sign him and trade Lindsay. I mean, how does that work? Broncos fans will riot if you trade Phil Lindsay, but, I don't know. Hypotheticals.